well, let's take a look at all the important cues that you need to be keeping a close eye out on in today's trading session. Then globally, like we mentioned from the US, you have initial jobless claims, GDP, as well as wholesale inventory data coming in. From Eurozone, you have economic confidence, unemployment, as well as consumer confidence. Now shifting focus back home, since today is a Thursday, also an expiry day, and well, a key to watch out for because implied open is at 22,659, indicating a lower start than where we closed yesterday, and the global handover is rather weak. So we'll just have to take a look at how this expiry, which is the last expiry before your exit polls or your election outcome come out. Lots of volatility can be penciled in today, and that's being seen by the implied open as well. But from the earnings pack, then from the Nifty 50 pack, you have the last Nifty company, Apollo Hospitals, coming out with its numbers today. And other than that, also you have Bharat Dynamics, Mrs. Bector's Food, you have BL Kashyap, Dishman Carbogen, you have Gateway District Parks, Suntech Realty, Swan Energy, Tarson, Wellspun, a whole lot of companies coming out with their Q4 numbers today as well. Now, in terms of corporate action, the board of Ajanta Pharma will be meeting to mull a share buyback today. Autumn Investment will be going for a voluntary delisting. IDFC First Bank will be carrying out a preferential issue, and a very important event to watch out for is RBI is going to be conducting a 40,000 crore government security buyback today as well. Now, in terms of the primary market, you do have a new kid on the block today. Office Space Solution will be making its debut on D Street, so watch out for how that IPO is going to list today. Lock-in period is going to end for IREDA today. 55% equity comes out of lock-in. And in terms of other news, India and France are all set to begin talks for the 50,000 crore deal for the 26 Rafale Mariner fighter jets. FOMC members John Williams and Laurie Logan are all set to speak before that key inflation reading that we're all keeping a close eye out on, that comes tomorrow. And you also have Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey. He's also all set to speak, so important commentary to watch out for. But well, yes, these are all the cues that you will be closely watching out for in today's trading session.
Well, absolutely. So those are the cues that you should keep an eye on this morning. But let's kickstart our coverage this morning by looking at some earnings. Salesforce shares plunged in after hours trade. This after the company reported weaker than expected revenue. Revenue grew 11% on a year-on-year basis. And remember, this is the first time since 2006 that Salesforce fell short on revenue. Company's quarterly forecast also fell short of expectations as well. And management alluded to budget scrutiny as well as longer deal cycles than usual during the quarter to have weighed on performance. Meanwhile, Hewlett-Packard delivered a beat in their Q2 earnings, signaling a recovery in the personal computer market as customers upgrade their systems. Going forward, HP is also hoping to ride a wave of upgrades after Microsoft last week unveiled a host of new AI features designed to work on a new generation of PCs.
Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund has said it expects the Chinese economy to grow 5% this year on the back of a strong Q1. IMF has upgraded its earlier forecast of 4.6% expansion, though it expects slower growth in the years ahead. The global lenders' new projections come as Beijing steps up efforts to shore up an uneven recovery in the world's second biggest economy that stumbled in the face of a property crisis, and its impact fell across investors, consumers, as well as businesses.
Alright, then let's keep it going with the macros, but moving from China to US, where results from a Federal Reserve survey showed that firms in the country have become more downbeat on macros amid weakening consumer demand and flaring inflation. The US Central Bank's latest temperature check on the health of the economy also showed that the job market continues to gradually cool back down toward more normalized levels. The survey, released roughly every 6 weeks, comes as policymakers remain uncertain on when to start a rate-cutting cycle after holding interest rates in the range of 5.25 to 5.5% for the past 10 months.
Alright, and shifting focus to regulatory action, a global malware network responsible for the theft of $5.9 billion in COVID relief funds are tied to other crimes like child exploitation and bomb threats has been shut down. The DOJ arrested, which is the Department of Justice, arrested a Chinese national who was charged with creating a botnet, a kind of malware that connects a network of hacked devices which criminals can then remotely use to launch cyber attacks.
Alright.